Welcome to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. With Adrian Fiala, I'm Bill Dolman, and we welcome you to the 1997 Class B State Football Championship game. It's the Pius 10 Thunderbolts taking on the Lexington Minutemen. Pius coming in with a record of 10-1, taking on a Lexington Minutemen team with a record of 11-1. And that lone blemish on the Minutemen roster was a thumping earlier this year, a 48-14 loss to the Thunderbolts. And Adrian, all season long, people have been talking about some of the great teams that have been in Lincoln this year. And two of the best teams are Lincoln Southeast and Lincoln Pius. They may be the two best teams in the entire state.
And they they fit that characterization, is what I should say, Bill, for a number of years here. Tim Aylward has just done a marvelous job with this Thunderbolt program. I want to tell you, he and his staff of coaches, Jim Hansen, Jeff DeVries, Chad Zavala, Dave Krause, Ron Dubas, Mike Aldrich, Troy Sharp, they've all just done a super job of putting this team into contention every year. They won the national or the state championship. They probably would have won the national championship too if they could have played in 1995. Just a barn-burning football team. And then they beat Alcorn, the #1 rated team, to get here into this championship game. Not only did they beat them, they shut them out 26-0, avenging a loss from last year's playoffs. So Tim Aylward, his Chargers really have done exceedingly well, and they beat this Lexington team quite handily, 48-14, as you mentioned. And Tim, in talking to him, he said, we just want to put that game away, put it out of our minds, approach this as a brand new football game, and let's go after it as if nothing ever happened and we never played this team. And so that's how they will approach this football game tonight. He's just concerned about a letdown after that game against Alcorn. Bill, that took a lot of emotional energy out of his football team, and he's hoping they can come back tonight and put it back together and handle Lexington. So big challenge for Tim and his football team to do that. And Ron Knox and his staff, well, they're looking forward to this challenge. They're 11-1, as you said, ranked #4 coming in to this end of the playoffs, into this game, and they're looking to upset the Bolts. They've got a price to pay back here.
We're getting set to go with the opening kickoff of the ball game, and Lexington will receive. Pius will kick off, moving left to right. The Thunderbolts in the gold helmets and gold pants, white jerseys, and Lexington all black with orange helmets. Back deep to receive for the Minutemen. Number 42 is Jeremy Wiest, and number 18, William Perkins. And the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. And it will be Ben Armstrong, number 4, to kick the football away. You mentioned Lincoln Pius would like to erase that first meeting of the year between these two clubs. You know, Lexington would like to do that too. Ron Locke said, hey, we just didn't play well in that ball game. We need to turn things around tonight. We know we're taking on a very good football team in Pius, but we can play better than we did earlier this year.
And Pius is a team that averages 448 yards in total offense per game, most of that on the ground.
Very good football team. And we're underway. It's a short kick bounding around at the 25, and it's scooped up at the 14-yard line, and Perkins breaks free, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's brought down at the 24-yard line, and that's where the Minutemen will set up shop. Grossroad made the tackle. And for the Minutemen of Lexington, who have had a pretty good season as well offensively, they've scored 301 points during the course of the year. They average 236 yards on the ground. They don't throw the ball very much either. Their quarterback is number 10, Brad Carpenter. And the first carry of the ball game is the fullback. That's number 24, Sean Church. Takes it up the middle, bounces to the near side, then picks up a couple of yards. It'll be second down.
Ben Sweeney over there for Lincoln Pius to make his first hit of the ball game. Senior, 188 pounds, and he just knocks the ball carrier down. You'll see it here, clear view, plain view. Right there. Nice job. Good tackle.
Sean Church, the leading ball carrier for Lexington this year, 128 carries, 918 yards. Fake to the deep back, and the toss is complete out to the 36-yard line. And it's complete to number 19, Joel Wisdom.
Good route that time by Wisdom. He caught 13 balls this year for 353 yards. Had a touchdown involved there. And this ball's just drilled right in there. Wisdom just on a deep hook pattern. Right into double coverage of Lincoln Pius.
Very important opening drive for Lexington to establish some confidence and show that they're willing to take on this football team. The carry by the deep man, 18, Eric Otto. And he spins down after a couple of yards. That will make it second down and call it 8. The ball spotted at the 38-yard line of Lexington.
Again, good run support. Corners coming up to support the outside flanks. Shut it down. Second down now.
Otto, the tailback. Quick pass to the flat, and it's through the hands of 19, Joel Wisdom. Pius fans thought it was a fumble. It's just an incomplete pass, and it'll be third down and long now, third down and 8. But Lexington does need to keep this drive moving, establish some confidence, and show some muscle against this Pius team.
Good job of reacting there by 24, Troy Martin. The question there was that a lateral? And don't take a chance on it. Get after it and cover the football, and that's what happened there. Nobody really knew for sure just what that play was going to be.
Two receivers split to the far side. And Lexington working out of the eye. Carpenter rolling to his right. Lobbing one over the secondary, and it is intercepted. Great coverage on the play. The receiver was open for a moment. The pass is picked off by 32, Ben Eberle.
Eberle coming from the free safety spot a long ways. The ball was lofted high in the air. Gave him a chance to get over there and step right in front of the receiver and pick it out just before he went out of bounds. So big turnover here by the Minutemen, and Pius has in pretty good shape, Bill, as far as field position goes also.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line. David Easley is the quarterback. Troy Martin, the man in motion, and the Bolts work out of the eye as well. And 44, Paul Castle, the ball carrier. He's stacked up at the line of scrimmage and falls forward for a couple of yards. And they'll spot him down at the 46-yard line. That's a pickup of 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Castle is the guy that the Minutemen really have to be aware of, and they are. They've faced him one other time here this year, and he tries to go up over the pile. No luck there. Just a short gain on the play.
Castle, 1,673 yards on the 97 campaign. This is the slot back, Troy Martin. Going off the right side, gang tackled at the 50-yard line. They'll give him forward progress into Minuteman territory, just shy of the 49-yard line. And that will bring up third down and short. Call it a short 2 or a long yard. Third down and 1 is the official indication.
You saw Aaron Goldsmith, 65, pulling from the left guard spot, coming around the right end on that trap block, and he made that block, and that gave the ball carrier enough time and enough space to move up and pick up good yardage.
Kurt Zlomsky is the fullback, Castle the tailback, and this is Castle with the carry. Grabbed around the ankles by 18, Eric Otto. And Castle falls forward. They'll spot it down at the 47-yard line, and that's good enough for a Pius first down. Brad Johnson also in on the stop for Lexington. Lexington's not a bad defensive ball club. They shut out Holdridge, and they also shut out Beatrice on the year and beaten McCook 41-6. First down and 10 now from the 48-yard line. Castle on the sweep, coming to the near side. He's got blockers out in front. He's got room to run inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line.
Watch the lead block here. See it on the replay. Watch the lead block by the fullback. If we'll see it right now, we didn't quite pick it up. It's a great block over there, number 27, Kurt Zlomsky. He was leading on the play, and he just knocked the defensive end away, and Castle went right around it.
Adam Clausen split wide to the right side. First down and 10. Martin is the slot back. Zlomsky and Castle, and it's Zlomsky on the handoff. He's stacked up at the line of scrimmage, then gang tackled and pushed back.
Kurt Rickerson from Lexington there immediately to stop that play. Kurt 190, he's a junior. You'll see him on the initial stop here, and then a lot of his pals just came in and help it out. Good pursuit right there. Good getting to the ball very quickly.
Mark Burt, the tight end, 92, comes in with the play from Tim Aylward. Double tight set and a full house backfield for Pius. This is Martin on the counter, bringing it to the near side. One-on-one tackle, great effort by Seth McFarland. Not fooled on the misdirection, and a good effort defensively.
Trying to get to the outside again, and McFarland was there, and that's just a tough tackle to make in the broken field, as you'll see right here. Just super great effort by McFarland. Zeroed in on him, got his head on the right side, tried to drive through him, but just not quite able to do that. But he brought him down, and that's what counted.
Back-to-back losses for the Thunderbolts. It's now 3rd down and 12. The ball at the 30-yard line of Lexington. And Easley takes the handoff, rolling to his right. He wants to throw. Good coverage downfield, and Easley runs out of time, and he is smothered at the 36-yard line.
66 for Lexington. Coming from the backside in pursuit, Tyler Armagoss. Holy, I tell you what, Easley's lucky he survived the hit. Watch this, bootleg action, everybody covered. Even the crossing man was covered, and boom, there's Armagoss. Puts him right to the turf.
Easley never saw him, where he never would have turned back in.
If he would have saw him, he may have went the other way, let me tell you.
Loss of 8 on the play, 4th down and 20, and the Bolts will punt it away. Decent looking kick, angling toward the sideline. Great coverage, and it's going to take a right turn and head out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Hustling down there on the play was P.J. Grossroad. He was ready to down the ball inside the 5, but the ball kicked right, went out of bounds, and the Minutemen will start in a hole. 1st down and 10, and they'll mark it at the 15-yard line. I beg your pardon, not the 10-yard line, not the 15. 6 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. The two teams trading possessions. Pius has already picked off 1 Minuteman pass. And Lexington with receivers split to the right side. They keep it on the ground. This is the fullback carrying the football. He's out to the 15-yard line. And that is Sean Church, the fullback, on the carry. Gain of 5.
Mark Burt from Lincoln Pius, number 92. Big guy, 221 pounds. Coming back from knee surgery, knee reconstruction. Made the initial stop there. Actually slowed the ball carrier way down. He might have picked up another yard after contact, but Mark Burt on the big hit.
There's another Burt at Pius High School.
Another Burt.
Unbelievable. Troy Rutlinger is the tailback here. Again, they keep it on the ground. This is the fullback Church, bouncing around again, and finally finding room to the outside. And he's pulled down at the 18-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 situation.
Great teamwork by Pius this time. Ball carrier pops up inside, cannot find any room. He bounces off a couple of fellas and gets all the way over to the other side.
Quickly moving opening quarter. Under 5.5 minutes to play. 3rd possession of the ball game. 3rd down and 2 for Lexington. The deep man getting the carry. And that is 29, Troy Rutlinger, the 155-pound junior tailback. He spins his way across the 20 to the 23-yard line, and that's good for the 1st down.
Watch the play by Ryan Carney from Lincoln Pius here. He's a defensive end on the right side. He gets blocked, but he also gets that inside shoulder in. He also got held on the play, but he does all of that in addition to making the tackle or getting in on the tackle. Great job by Ryan Carney. He's a senior, 195 pounds.
Seth McFarland splits wide to the right. Just next to him, Seth McFarland. Staying in the eye, staying on the ground. And Rutlinger with another carry. And that's good for 3 yards. And that'll bring up a second ticket 4 yards. That's a 2nd down and 6 situation now, as we move to the 4:30 mark in quarter 1. Clock moving, 2nd down and 6. The ball at the 27-yard line. Carpenter turns, fakes the handoff, fires a pass out to the flat, and too tall and out of bounds for Joel Wisdom, who is split wide to the right side. And Lexington having a tough time getting their passing game underway.
Coverage provided over there by Troy Martin. He was with him step for step. We'll see it here as he comes up firing, Carpenter does, and it's a good thing he probably did that because he was covered step for step, as I said, by Troy Martin.
Big 3rd down 6 play here. Church and Rutlinger situated behind Carpenter, the quarterback. Slot man right, split wide left. Carpenter drops straight back, and the pass is complete out there at the 24-yard line. That's near the 1st down marker. Pass complete to 19, Joel Wisdom.
I think he's got it, Bill, just from the eyeball spot. Yes, indeed, they moved the sticks. Just that inside hook. Here's the good look by Carpenter, and the inside hook just knows exactly what he needs for the first down and gets that forward progress just across the sticks for the first down.
Good looking pass by Carpenter. The one he was picked off on, he kind of lofted it in the air, and that gave Everly time to pick it off on that first drive. There he zipped it to Wisdom and picks up the first down. He wants to throw again. Lofting it in the air, a bit of a timing pattern, and that one was almost picked off. Intended for Mike Maloli. And back there in coverage was Kevin McGovern. Great job by McGovern, and really a good job by Maloli to break it up.
You bet. Again, when you get in that position, when the receiver and the defender are even, then the defender becomes the dominant player, or the dominant position player in that situation. Roles are reversed, so the defender now becomes the receiver, and Maloli did a good job to knock it away, and a good bit of coverage by number 6 for Pius, Keith McGovern.
Second down and 10, 3:43 remaining. Pass to the flat. This is complete to Wisdom. Breaks it one tackle, but he's knocked down at the 35-yard line by Paul Castle, the I-back turn linebacker.
Castle all over the place in each and every game. One of the leading tacklers on this ball club, has 65 tackles on the year coming in, and there you'll see it right here as he skips over there. Wisdom slowed down momentarily, and then Castle finished him up.
Gain of 1 on that completion, though. It's third down and long, third down and 9 for the Minutemen. The ball at the 35-yard line. And a handoff on the man in motion. And the ball was carried by Wisdom. He had nowhere to go. Pius read that one very well. A loss of 4 on the play.
Bob Montgomery and Ryan Carney on the inside there. Let's see who's underneath. It looks like, well, it's neither one of those fellas. Couldn't get the number exactly, but just a great job of defense nonetheless.
Lexington will punt the football away. Line drive kick. Ben Armstrong back there to field it. He won't have a chance. The ball will die at the 38-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Thunderbolts. No score. 2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the opening period.
Lincoln Pius known for their offensive prowess, as we talked about at the top of the show, averaging 448 yards total offense per game. And they're looking to get on track here. 2:27 left in this first quarter, no score.
First and 10 at the 38. This is Castle getting the carry. Pushing his way across the 40-yard line, right up the middle to the 42. He earned every bit of those 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6.
Going right over Justin Valencia over there at the right tackle spot, and Tim Sloop at the right guard spot. Castle likes those fellas. They've cleared a path for him this year and last year. You said earlier, Bill, 1,673. Paul Castle's got a problem with some equipment, perhaps a contact lens. The way they're looking at it, looks familiar to me anyway.
And looking at a strap there on the side of his helmet. He finally got his chin strap. Well, he's all geared up for this one. He's got that helmet strapped on tightly. Adam Clausen to split in wide to the left. Martin is the man in the slot. They give it to the fullback, Zlomsky. Big hole for Zlomsky. And he bulls his way into Minuteman territory. Finally stopped at the 47-yard line.
Trap play on the left side. That big hole caused by right guard Tim Sloop. He just stepped around the center, stepped behind the center. Watch it here. 57 is who I'm talking about. There he comes. 57 clears the way, and Slopke picks up the first down.
The ball now at the Lexington 47-yard line. A minute and a half to play in the opening quarter. Troy Martin goes in motion. Coming to the near side, easily drops back to pass, rolls to his right, fires it out there. Incomplete, well overthrown. And it will be second down for the Thunderbolts.
Coverage over there by Mike Maloli and Brad Carpenter. Looking to make something happen if the football comes down or comes their way, but he just throws it right on over his head. He saw that twin coverage over there. Also, well, let's call it Maloli. There's 2 number 17s on our roster. One is Blake Thorell.
And coming around with the handoff, this is Martin, and he's got some room to run. Got a hole smack down at the 24-yard line. But a huge gain for Troy Martin. And he's slow in getting up. He really got his bell rung.
That was Seth McFarland on the hit, number 28, that topped him. Thought for a moment there he was going to go. Watch this here. It's going away from you on this play, but he's going to streak right now. Now Seth Martin, and he's going to go boom right there. Just waiting for him, laying for him. Big pop, good hit.
First down and 10. The ball at the 24-yard line. Inside a minute to play. Quick handoff to the fullback Slomke. And on the dive, he's stacked up after a short gain.
That time Sean Church coming up, blitzing from that safety spot. He leads this ball club in tackles, by the way. Sean Church does 107 tackles on the year, and he timed it just right there and came up and made the initial hit on the ball carrier.
30 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. No score. The Thunderbolts confidently on the move here in the latter stages of the opening period. Easily turning around, giving it to Castle, following his blockers off the left side, cuts back to the middle, and gets inside the 10-yard line down to the 6. Very workmanlike drive for Pius the 10. And we've got an injured Minuteman down on the play at the 16-yard line.
Watch the block here by 57 and 77. There's one by 57, 77 out leading it. He got in the way over there, and then Castle just a brilliant cut. Took the back to the outside, gave him a left move, and then boom, cut it right back inside. Is that number 12 for Lexington?
John Mooberry.
John Mooberry.
175-pound junior is the man down on the field at the 15-yard line. That's a good-looking mascot that Pius has, you know? The Thunderbolt mascot.
That's, you bet, that's Spider-Man's grandfather.
Somewhat like a superhero. Pius wins a state championship. They'll all be heroes around the Thunderbolt campus. The ball right now is spotted at the 7-yard line. It'll be first down and goal for the Bolts. 18 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. The last time these two teams met, it was a high-scoring affair for the Thunderbolts. They put 48 points on the board. It's been a high-scoring affair really for every game Pius has played in this year, with the exception of the Columbus-Scotus game, in which they lost 14-9. Well, the injury is taking a little bit more time than anticipated. We've got a break in the action, so we'll take a break here and come back in a moment. Nothing is our score. First down and goal at 7 for the Thunderbolts.
The Nebraska Orthopedic and Sports Medicine physicians are committed to giving patients the finest in orthopedic care. Athletes at the University of Nebraska have been under their care for over 24 years. The staff of 8 physicians have years of surgical experience to get you back on the field of competition or merely back to enjoying your evening walks. Nebraska Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, proud to be your Husker team physicians.
18 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. First down and 7 for Pius. They have moved very confidently down the field on this drive to close out the quarter. The clock now begins. 15 seconds remaining. This may be the final play of the opening period. Castle in the eye, and they'll give it to Martin on that counter sweep. Martin is hit hard as he gets inside the 5, and his forward progress will be to the 4-yard line. And that will bring up a second down and goal situation at the 4-yard line. And that will do it for the first period of play. We have no score in the ballgame of this Class B state championship game between Pius and Lexington. Action in the second quarter is coming your way next.
There's the Missouri River, Father Flanagan's Boys Town, Omaha, Lincoln. And there's a chance to step back in time and appreciate those that pioneered the way.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium with Adrian Fiala. I'm Bill Dolman. No score as we move into the second quarter of play, but Pius is knocking on the door. Second down and goal from the 3. Castle gets the carry, straight up the middle, touchdown.
Right over Slope and right over Valencia on the right side over there. Tim Slope 57 and Justin Valencia 71. No doubt about that one. Boom, into the end zone.
2 seconds into the second quarter, and Pius gets on the board first.
Paul Castle on the afternoon, or second evening, I guess. We're into the evening here. Paul Castle, 6 carries, 48 yards, and he just picked up that TD, and there's the extra point.
Point after try is good off the foot of Ben Armstrong. And with 11 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the first half, the Pius 10 Thunderbolts, ranked number 2 in the state, break out to a 7-0 lead. Now, if you're Lexington, I would think that you're playing this ball game almost as though you're a bit on eggshells. You want to stay with the Bulls the best you can and not give up any big plays, turn the ball over, or make any mistakes, and hope that you can stay with them. They did a good job in the first quarter. Can they do it the rest of the half?
Well, Bill, they have to stop worrying about making mistakes and just go out and play and let it go. You know, and I know, and people in sports know that anytime you're just tense and taut and worrying about making errors, you're just not going to play your best. You're going to play very well at all, as a matter of fact. So just put caution out the door, get with it, and get after it. And that's what the Minutemen need to do here.
Armstrong kick, taken at the 12-yard line. They give it to William Perkins, and he's got some problems. Fumbles the football, breaks a couple of tackles, and is fortunate to get out to the 20-yard line. That could have been disastrous for the Minutemen.
Perkins got the ball just inside the 10-yard line. They're going to spot it out at the 22.
Check it, it's Eric Otto, they tell us.
We've got 2 18s on the roster also, Eric Otto and William Perkins.
Got 2 10s, 2 17s, 2 18s, 2 22s. What are they doing to us? A couple of 41s. First down and 10 for Lexington at the Minutemen 21-yard line. Carpenter will keep it on the option, duck upfield, evades one tackler, and then is met by a whole host of bolts at the 26-yard line. And we've got another Minuteman down.
Looks like number 63 for Lexington. That's Matt Maloli, the center. Getting up very slowly over there, but he appears to be okay.
He's going to stay in there. Gain of 4 on the play, second down and 6. The ball is at the 25-yard line. Eric Otto is the tailback, and they'll fake the handoff to him. Carpenter rolling to his right, delivers the pass to number 80, Tyler Giesbrick. Short hop to Giesbrick. It's incomplete. Third down and 6 coming up.
Play action here, quick fake. Offensive guard 52, Nate Levin peels off to be the personal protector for Carpenter on the play. Comes up firing, but the ball is just a little bit short there, not catchable. And so it'll be third down and 5.
Sean Church is the fullback. They fake the handoff to him, work the option. Carpenter will keep again. Spins on a one tackler and gets the ball out to the 31-yard line is where they're going to mark it down. I'm not sure he got a good spot on that. They need the 31-yard line for the first down, and this might bring up a measurement. And it will. So time is called with 10:48 to play in the half. Pius on top of Lexington 7-0.
There are the first quarter stats. As you see, Lincoln Pius 79 yards rushing. That's it. 36 yards total offense for Lexington. 20 of that on the ground and 16 through the air. Pius has the big number, the one that really counts, and that's on the scoreboard. It's 7-0. Lincoln Pius.
And on the measurement, Carpenter came up about 3 inches shy of the first down. So it's fourth down and a lot less than 1 yard to go. And it looks as though the Minutemen are going to go for it. Gambling already early on in the second quarter.
Just got to get a good snap here. Good exchange.
That's got the crowd fired up a little bit. Matt Maloli is the center. He was hurt a moment ago. He needs to get a good surge. Here he is, Carpenter under center. He'll keep it himself. leg driving his way across the 31 to the 32-yard line, and he will get the first down, but not by a whole lot.
Yeah, the only thing that stops that play is a bad snap. If you can't make an inch, you better go take up knitting or something. And you just got to make sure the exchange is good.
And on that play, Kurt Slomke, the starting fullback and starting linebacker for the Thunderbolts, limped off the field. And he takes a seat on the Pius sidelines. First and 10 from the 32-yard line as we get back to action. And the ball carried by Sean Church, the fullback. He was being pulled down by his arm. And he was able to fall forward for a 1-yard gain. Second down and 9 coming up.
It was Ryan Carney that had a hold of him here. Let's see if we can pick it up. Number 33 closes down. There you go. He's holding hands. They're going for a little walk on the gridiron here. Except the end of the walk, you get slammed right to the turf. Ryan Carney doing a good job. He's a senior this year for the Bolts.
You don't suppose he was shaking hands with him, telling him hi, dude.
Doubt that.
2 minutes gone by in the quarter. Carpenter keeps after faking the handoff. He gets hit hard and falls forward for a couple of yards, just shy of the 35. That'll bring up a third down and long situation.
Justin Valencia again on the hit. He is recovering from knee surgery last spring. He pops in there, 77. He's on the other side there. That's Paul Castle. Castle, in addition to being a great running back for the Bolts, is also one of their top tacklers. Fills in at a linebacker spot.
Seth McFarland in with the play from Ron Locks. He splits out wide to the far side. Carpenter will throw at McFarland, and he's got the ball, hit hard, and a great pass and a great catch by McFarland. He's fired up, and that's good for a Minuteman first down.
He got popped in there by Ben Eberle, and I mean to tell you, got hit very, very well, but able to hang on to the football. You'll see it right here. Now watch Eberle come in and just knock the daylights out of him, out of McFarland, but he hangs on to the peg and picks up the first down.
9 minutes remaining in the opening half. Pius with a 7-0 lead. Carpenter with a long look to the sidelines at head coach Ron Locks, and he wants to call a timeout and get everything squared away before they come up for this first down play. Timeout called by Lexington with 8:51 remaining in the first half. Pius on top, 7-0.
How would you feel if you found out you could have gotten your new car for less? You should know about Anderson Ford. We have the best deals in town. Are you tired of car salespeople following you around? No matter where you go, they're right behind you. Hey, come to Anderson Ford. We do things differently.
8:51 to play with Adrian Fiala. I'm Bill Dolman. Left to play in the first half, I should say. Pius on top of Lexington, 7-0. First down and 10 is the situation. Lexington has called one of its 3 timeouts as they move the ball up to midfield, and they give the ball to Otto, the I-back, and he's met by a whole bunch of Pius the 10 Thunderbolts as he crosses the 45-yard line. Forward progress to the 46.
Again, Valencia in on the tackle along with 4 or 5 other white shirts over there. Justin Valencia playing in that defensive line. He's also the offensive tackle for right tackle for the Bolts. Plays that defensive right tackle also.
McFarland back in with the play. He now splits out wide to the left. Joel Wisdom flanked right behind him. Great penetration, and Carpenter just did get the deep handoff to the I-back Eric Otto. My goodness, Pius came on a blitz, and they almost took the handoff away from Otto.
Paul Castle thought that Carpenter wanted to hand off to him that time, and so he's blitzing. There you see him just barely misses getting that sack back there. That tackle for a loss against the quarterback. That's Castle. He just kind of snuck up on the line, and nobody saw him and went right by the offensive lineman and just about got Brad Carpenter with the ball.
Blake Thorell is in there, 17. He is now split wide. Wisdom is split or flanked now to the right. Carpenter to throw over the middle. Pass is caught and dropped. And you can't blame Tyler Giesbrecht. He was clocked as soon as the ball got there. That'll bring up a 4th down and 7 call.
The hammer just came down on Giesbrecht, and Ben Everly had a chance to pick off the football. You'll see it here. 32 coming. Ball up in the air and just off of his shoulder pad. You're right, Bill. It was a big clock. Huge hit.
Carpenter is also the punter for the Minutemen, and he will punt the football away. Martin is back there along with Armstrong. It'll be Martin backtracking to the 11-yard line, trying to find a wall of blockers, and he's got one. It's a foot race to the corner, and Martin is pushed out of bounds at the 31-yard line. He went right, came back left, and found a whole lot of room to run, and the Bolts will start off in good field position.
This play came off just like you practice and play it. You'll see a lot of white shirts lined up on that far side. Now he's going to reverse field. Lots of white. There's a wall of white shirts there, but he just could not get. You got to get by that first guy. Could not do that. If he had been able to get by that first guy, he probably would have been down the end zone right now celebrating with his teammates. But again, set up very nicely by the Bolt punt return team.
Chuck Fairbanks finally pushed him out of bounds. 1st down and 10 at the 31. Easily to throw. Lofts one out. He's got a man wide open. And the pass is caught by 22. Corey Harrington makes a move on one tackler and trots into the end zone for the touchdown.
The left cornerback bid on the play action. And that's why he came up so wide open in the backfield. And it was Chad Drillinger over there, Bill, that had a shot to bring him down, but that did not happen. He just sidestepped him, gave him a juke to the inside, put him on the turf. He put Drillinger on the turf, and wow, big spark right there. Great play, great throw.
Easley will try the point after. And Easley's kick hits the crossbar and bounces through. Are you kidding me? I knew this team was good, but lucky too, huh?
A little lightning just struck right there in 2 ways. So that long pass play for a touchdown, and we thought maybe Rutlinger was going to be able to make a tackle. That didn't happen, and then comes the point. Kind of slithers down the pole, and the Bolts are up 14-0 now.
7 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter. Lexington was going toe-to-toe with this Pius Thunderbolt team. But boy, this squad can deliver a knockout blow almost at will. They showed that during the regular season. Again, the only loss on the Thunderbolts' schedule is a 14-9 setback to Columbus Scotus that really shocked the state. I think a lot of people thought this was a Pius team that could march through Class B and escape unscathed. That's not the case. And maybe that loss has focused them a little bit more as they've reached the playoffs. Armstrong kicks it away. Taken at the 10-yard line, straight up the gut. Oh, tripped up. Ball returned by 42, Jeremy Wiest, or may have been Eric Otto.
Nolan Clausen is the guy to deliver the blow for the Bolts, so my word, he just came out of nowhere from the left side, just great coverage. He did not break down to come out of control as far as the speed goes. He just went right straight at the ball carrier, and there he just tripped him up. Wow.
That was Jeremy Wiest, 42. 1st down and 10 for Lexington at the 24-yard line. They've got some ground to make up. Carpenter's pass is too high, intended for Troy Rutlinger. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Coverage was there for the Bolts, as you'll see here. Play sets up, and the ball just a bit overthrown. Ben Sweeney over there on the coverage.
And timeout is called. Well, we've got an official's timeout.
Oh, the referee is Tom Walker, and he's staring down the field, down at the far end of the field. Not sure what happened there. Referee's coming over now. He's coming to the telephone. Going to reach out and touch somebody right now.
Calling for pizza, perhaps? I'm not sure what he's looking at.
I can't see down there because we have the mic set up over here to my right, but can you see anything down there?
No. The scoreboard's still functioning.
Maybe he doesn't like that sign down there. It says Go Lex Beat Pius. Oh, no.
Apparently they added some more time onto the clock after the incompletion, and there's another incompletion. That's through the hands of Blake Thorell. Carpenter had it on the money that time.
What he did, and one of the things that the Pius defenders ought to think about doing here is getting people over. When he lets that football go, we'll see it here again. This is about the third or fourth pass. It's been kind of batted up or batted around. So the linebackers and secondary need to get over in the direction of the football as best as they can, as quick as they can. Maybe pick one off that's batted up in the air.
3rd down and 10 for the Minutemen. Now working out of the shotgun. Carpenter to throw. Quick pass to McFarland, and he is hit immediately. Good coverage on the play by 43, Ben Sweeney.
Second good play in this series by Sweeney. He broke up a pass 2 plays prior to this, and now he delivers a tackle that prevents a first down on McFarland. And the Minutemen now will punch it away, kick it away.
Gain of 3 on the pass play, but still 4th down and 7. And Carpenter will punt it away. Armstrong awaits at his 42-yard line. The heat is on. Carpenter's got his punt away. It's a wobbler taken at the 43. Armstrong looking for the wall. He's got it. Oh, what a block. A tremendous block put on. Armstrong is still alive, crossing the 50 to the 48-yard line. Oh, my goodness. What a block on that punt return.
Lights out over there. Have to get a look here at the replay to pick up exactly who made it. 87 for Pius. Matt Martin, he just turned the lights out on one of the Minutemen on that return.
It looked like Seth McFarland, who got hit by the truck.
Man.
And McFarland, to his credit, has gotten back up, and he's now playing safety for the Minutemen. I thought he was out like a light there for a second. The Bolts will sweep it with Castle. He's got room along the near sideline. He stepped out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Penalty flag on the play. We haven't seen too many flags thrown. In fact, that's our first penalty of the night.
Indeed it is. Rollinger over there making the trip up on Castle. It's going to come back. Holding against the Bolts, and they'll step it off. That's too bad. That negates a very fine gain by Paul Castle.
I'm still trying to shake off that block, and I didn't get hit.
Oh, man. Those are the kind of plays, Bill, when you have them done to you. You lay there for a second and just try to decide, do I put 1 quarter in or 2? Make this phone call because bells are going off. You hear this ringing sound.
McFarland just laid there, like he might have been knocked out, but he's out there playing cornerback now. 8-yard penalty on the play as they mark it off from the spot of the foul. Easley pitching to Castle. He comes to the left side. A huge hole, cuts it back to the middle, hit head on, and he goes down at the 35-yard line, but he got all 18 yards and a couple of more as they'll spot it at the 35. What a tremendous collision between Castle and Blake Thorell, number 17 for the Minutemen.
Except but McFarland was underneath all of that, too. He was around the ankles of Paul Castle. We'll see it here. Castle coming around. There's 28 right underneath it all. He's got a hold of that left leg of Castle. That's been all over this field tonight.
Well, Castle goes 195, Thorell goes 165, and Thorell didn't go down, so give him a little credit on the play. Here's a quick handoff to the fullback Slomke, who bulls his way across the 30 to the 29-yard line, a gain of 6. That'll make it 2nd down and 4 as we go under 5 minutes remaining in the first half of play. Pius on top, 14-0.
And you see Lincoln Pius now using every bit of their offense, up the middle, off to the right, over to the left. As far as passing goes tonight, we just saw the one pass to Harrington, easily just 1 for 2. Harrington on that touchdown catch.
Castle, big hole, quick through the line of scrimmage, breaks one tackle, breaks another. Spins forward across the 20 and is finally brought down at the 17-yard line. Well, this is a confident football team.
You bet it is. And now you know why Paul Castle has over 1,600 yards on the season and gathering more here tonight. 7 carries, 50 yards. He has a touchdown for Lincoln Pius. And he's very, very difficult to bring down. Very tough to bring down. Paul Castle, 194 pounds. Up there about the 6-foot range, maybe 5'11" range.
1st and 10 at the 17. Pius on top by 2 touchdowns. They want more. Slomke gets the carry straight up the middle. He's still fighting for yards. He won't go down. Finally going down after the whistle was blown, and his forward progress is to the 14-yard line. We have a penalty flag on the play.
Chuck Fairbanks, number 53 for Lexington, making the stop. See it right there. He hit him right up. He hit Slomke right up around the shoulder pads and then slipped down around. And we got a face mask penalty that's going to add about 7 more yards to the play here.
And that will spot the football down at the 7-yard line and will make it first down and goal for the Thunderbolts. 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. We get another indication that it was a face mask against Lexington. And now they move the chains and indicate that it is first down and goal. Slomke, the fullback. Castle, the tailback. Troy Martin lined up in the slot. Split to the right. He now goes in motion. Easley calls the starting count. Surveys the defense and pitches it to Castle, who brings it to the near side. He's stripped up at the 5-yard line, falls down to the 3.
Got a flag down about the 12-yard line. Illegal motion penalty on Lincoln Pius as their preliminary signal. And I suspect that'll last as the final signal. It's coming from our referee, Tom Walker. Officials tonight, referee Tom Walker, umpire John Mascarello, the linesman Dan Gould, the line judge is Tom Easley, and the back judge is John Jankowski. And there is no relation, as I understand it, between Tom Easley and our quarterback, David Easley. Or at least we're told.
And we hope.
They wouldn't do that.
First down and goal now at the 12-yard line. And they give it to Martin. He's got blockers in front. Good pursuit now by Lexington. Martin stays alive. Boy, these guys just don't go down.
You got to hit them and drive right through them on the tackle. Lincoln Pius, always known for their excellent running backs, great team play, and it's the thing you have to do.
A gain of 4 on the play. They spotted at the 8-yard line. Second down and goal now from the 8. Adam Clausen comes in from the bench with the play and lays it to David Easley. 3 minutes and 5 seconds. The clock continues to run. Easley works the option, cuts upfield, trots into the end zone, touchdown!
And there you see why Castle could be dangerous even without the football. That was to be an option play to the left side. Minutemen very conscious of Castle getting the football. They were pursuing to the outside. They left a lane open there for Easley, an uncontested lane, and he put it in. And right now, Lincoln Pius X has taken control of this football game, and Lexington has their working out from 2:52 in this first half.
And David Easley connects on the point after try. And with 2 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the first half, the Pius 10 Thunderbolts have themselves a 21-0 lead over Lexington. This team is very, very impressive. They've been very workmanlike, very poised in the way they've approached this football game, and very poised throughout the entire first half.
You bet, Bill. You know, they played this ball club, as we said earlier. They beat them 48-14, and even though you have that kind of situation, it's always tough to come back and beat a team again in the same season. And you see more often than not that just the roles get reversed there. The first team that won, they think, well, we did it once before. These guys are going to roll over for us, and bingo, it'll be an easy football game. Well, Pius has done none of that tonight. They have really stepped up, and they're tackling with great authority. They're blocking up front with great authority, and Castle's running along with Slomke, just running with great authority. Easley's on the mark as far as the pass goes. So they indeed, their coach said, we're going to put that whole game out of our mind, approach this as a brand new football game, and that approach has certainly worked so far.
21 second quarter points for the Thunderbolts. And Armstrong kick is a short one coming down, taken at the 22-yard line by 44 Brett Carr. A couple of yards on the return, and they will spot it down at the 28-yard line. It is Brett Kerr, K-J-A-R, Kerr, not Carr. 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. First down and 10 for Lexington. They'd like to get on the board and get some momentum going into the locker room at halftime. Carpenter with a quick snap. Looks over the middle, delivers the pass, and it's short of his intended receiver, number 30, Todd Barrett.
On the year, Lexington has averaged just 66 yards passing per game, and we've seen them throw the ball a great deal here in this first half of this football game. They've pitched it up 12 times, completed, make it 13 now, I beg your pardon, 13 times, just 4 completions and 1 interception. So they are a little bit out of their rhythm in terms of their offense. I'll go back to the run here.
Second down 10. This is Otto going to the far side. He's hit hard by 24 Troy Martin. And Otto dives forward and picks up a couple of yards to the 30-yard line. It'll be second down and a long 8.
Trying to pick up number 26 for Lincoln Pius. Bill, I'm going to have to buy your roster here. I don't have a 26 on my roster.
Nor do I.
Whoever number 26 is, he made a great play on that also. He kept the play from really developing. He's playing that linebacker spot. We'll find out who he is and let you know.
Carpenter rolling to his left, throws it too tall for his intended receiver, and it caught Troy Martin off guard. Martin had the ball go in and out of his hands. I think he was surprised by the fact that he was even involved in the play.
The ball was on him. He thought that he was going to have to come up and make a hit. Ball way overthrown, and he had to stop his reaction, go up and try to intercept the pass.
And with 2 minutes remaining on the clock, which is stopped, it's fourth down and 8. Lexington will punt the football away. And they can ill afford to give up something big here, as Carpenter has a heavy rush, gets the kick away, and it bounces down and will be down by McFarland at the 40-yard line. So with 1 minute and 50 remaining in the half and 3 timeouts, Lincoln Pius will have the football 60 yards away from Pater. They've had their way with this Lexington team here in the second quarter.
Billy, the way they go, sometimes they have time for 2 scores. If they could get the ball back quick enough, they break the huddle. They'd certainly like to put one in here with 1 minute 50 left and take absolute control of the ball game.
Well, they've been able to grind it out on the ground, but they also struck with a 69-yard touchdown pass to Harrington. Easily drops the football on the fake handoff and has to cover it up. A loss of 4 on the play back to the 36-yard line. The clock continues to run. Tim Aylward is not going to use the timeout. Now he is. And they finally get the signal into his players. About 7 seconds went off the clock before they got the timeout called. So 1 minute 33 remains in the first half. Pius on top of Lexington 21-0. We'll take a break with them on the field and come back with more in just a moment.
Welcome to Memorial Stadium, home of the defending national champion.
Because of its remarkable clarity, Cellular One is Nebraska's #1 cellular service.
After a pick of a 14, that brings a 3rd down and 2 with the ball on the 16-yard line.
Cellular One, clear across Nebraska.
It's second down and 14 for the Pius 10 Thunderbolts. 1 minute 33 remaining in the first half. The Bolts lead at 21-0, and they're looking for more before the break. Easily rolling out, dropping back to pass, and the pass is caught by 22 Harrington. Corey Harrington is the one who had the big touchdown pass earlier in the quarter.
What a great route he ran on that play. And just an excellent throw by David Easley. There you see it right there. Perfect. Great execution. That's as good as it gets right there. And then Corey Harrington gets out of bounds. Stop the clock.
The Bolts go without a huddle. Easily keeps on the option. He ducks upfield. Gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That will be sufficient yardage to pick up the first down. It was a 3rd down and 2 play. And they will mark it down at the 49-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Pius. 1 minute and 23 seconds remaining, and now the clock is set in motion and winds down. 1 minute 20 remaining.
1st down and 10.
And Castle sprinting through a huge hole. Gets the ball down inside the 40-yard line to the 39.
That carry right there will put Paul Castle up close to 100 yards on the evening. We'll wait for an update here.
We'll
wait for an update here very shortly.
And officially, it's a 9-yard gain. The ball just inches away from first down yardage. The clock moves now under a minute. Pius with 2 timeouts remaining. 2nd down and 1. Penalty flags fly. Movement before the snap.
Right side of the Pius line, moving over there just a split second before the snap of the football. And Paul Castle officially now 10 carries, 93 yards thus far here in the first half.
You and I are getting a chuckle. Rich Broderson is doing the PA here for this Class B state championship game. And I'm not sure I've ever heard anybody that excited to say the word Thunderbolts.
He's put a little enthusiasm into the word Thunderbolts, that's for sure.
2nd down and 5. They march it off against the Thunderbolts. And this is Castle on the sweep, coming to the near side, going back to the middle. Hit the backfield, got a couple of blocks. Easley's trying to help out. Castle's run the entire field and is finally knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. He picks up the first down, and boy, well, that was exciting.
He's going to travel about 40 yards to the far side and then come back about 45 yards to the near side. And that picked up about 7 yards on the plays. He's going to be one tired fella here at halftime trying to catch his breath. 104 yards here in the first half for Paul Castle.
And he's run about 150. 1st down and 10, 30 seconds remaining. Martin, the man in motion. And movement along the line of scrimmage. The Minutemen were jumping around. And they will march off, I would imagine, a 5-yard offsides penalty against Lexington, and they do. And that will put the football inside the 30 to the 29.
Let's just very quickly tell you here in the first half, Pius has accumulated 239 yards total offense. Lexington just 66.
And it was scoreless after 1. 1st down and 5 now for Pius. Easley dropping straight back to pass. Now rolling out. Lofts it over the middle, and it is intercepted and dropped. Chad Rulinger was back there in coverage, and he got his hands on it, bobbled it, and Corey Harrington was almost able to haul it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Corey was open early, but Easley could not spot him quick enough. He was open on a deep crossing route, came back in a little bit, ran the backers or the secondary off just a little bit, turned it back inside, and then Rulinger almost picks it off, and Harrington just about got it. You're right, Bill.
2nd down and 5 from the 28. Martin in motion to the far side. 21 seconds remaining in the half. Easley dropping back again, setting up a screen, and it's set it up perfectly. This is Castle coming back to the middle of the field, cutting to the outside. 15, 10, 5. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown!
What a great call that was by Tim Aylward and his staff. Set up beautifully over there, and when you got a guy like Paul Castle, who number 1 is very fast, number 2 is very tough to bring down, and number 3, once he gets close to that goal line, nothing will stop him. You see it right there, sidestepping people, keeping the balance, and then he sees that goal line. He's focused on the goal line, and he's going in. Nobody's stopping him, and he barrels in right over 2 Minutemen.
Easley will attempt the point after, and he boots it through. So with 8 seconds remaining in the first half, Pius very efficiently marches down the field and caps it off with a 28-yard screen pass from David Easley to Paul Castle. And Castle, with some nifty footwork and nifty running, is able to get into the end zone for the touchdown. The point after try is good, and Pius has a 28-0 lead over the 11-1 Lexington Minutemen.
Well, Tim Aylward was concerned about a letdown after that 26-0 beating that they gave to Elkhorn. Again, a very emotional football game for them, and they have now stepped out to a 28-0 lead here against Lexington. And I would say that any concern about a letdown has long since been forgotten, as Pius lines it up here to kick it to Lexington with 8 seconds left here in the first half.
Well, now the thing you fear is a letdown in the second half. Is 28 points too big of a lead?
And we've seen that happen here a couple of these championship ball games, Bill. So we'll get the indication in the first 4 or 5 minutes of that second half. Look out.
Armstrong bounces it around, and Jeremy Wiest falls on it at the 13-yard line. 5 ticks remain in the first half of play. 28 unanswered points in the second quarter. Now, the first touchdown was scored 2 seconds into the second quarter. Pius was on the move, but all the scoring has been done in this period. And I would imagine that Lexington would simply run out the clock here. And a handoff up the middle, a nice size gain for the fullback Sean Church. He's brought down at the 24-yard line, but that will be the final snap and the final play of the first half. And it's a great half for the Bolts of Pius. They will go to the locker room with a 28-0 lead over Lexington in this Class B final. We'll come back with more right after this.
How would you feel if you found out you could have gotten a new car for less? You should know about Anderson Ford. We have the best deals in town. Are you tired of car salespeople following you around? No matter where you go, they're right behind you. Hey, come to Anderson Ford. We do things differently.
The Nebraska Orthopedic and Sports Medicine physicians are committed to giving patients the finest in orthopedic care. Athletes at the University of Nebraska have been under their care for over 24 years. The staff of 8 physicians have years of surgical experience to get you back on the field of competition or merely back to enjoying your evening walks. Nebraska Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, proud to be your Husker team physicians.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. Halftime activities are winding down. This is the Class B final of the 1997 Nebraska State High School Championships with Adrian Fiala. I'm Bill Dolman. The Pius X Thunderbolts coming in 10-1 on the year have a 28-0 lead over the 11-1 Lexington Minutemen. And this is the finale of the 1997 Nebraska State High School football playoffs. Adrian, we knew that this Pius X football team was one of the best in the state, irregardless of class, and they proved that throughout the first half.
They really have, Bill, and they've, as I said at the top of the show, Tim Elward, his staff have really put together a program at Lincoln Pius. They've been excellent over the last 3 or 4 years, and they've just continued that dominance here in this ball game. As earlier on, a moment ago, we just saw Ron Locks, the head coach for Lexington, going to his headset, and the look on his face was not all that sweet, and I can understand that. 28-0, his team is behind, and they have a long road ahead of them here to get back in this football game. Here's a kickoff.
Troy Martin and Ben Armstrong back deep, and this is Martin taking it at the 13-yard line, looking for the wall along that near side. It doesn't form for him, and he is ridden out of bounds, and Lexington comes out pretty fired up here in the second half. Well, they'll be on defense first. Out of bounds at the 22-yard line. First down and 10 for the Thunderbolts, who lead it by 4 scores.
Again, the Bolts try to set up that wall, and there's the play made by the Minutemen, out of bounds very quickly on the play as they come out on the ball now. Tim Elward, he's ready to go in this second half. Offense ready to go.
Troy Martin goes in motion. Harrington is the receiver, split to the right side. This is Paul Castle sweeping it to the right, coughs up the football. The ball is loose. Scrum for it. Who's going to come up with it? It's like rugby down there. And it's Pius who comes away with it. The ball rolled out of bounds. They all get together there. It's like one of those scrums you see in rugby.
One of the Minutemen came up with a football. We should get a pretty good look here. Reverse angle camera. You won't see this happen very often. A fumble by Paul Castle, and the ball just all greased up, and it rolls out of bounds, and Pius will retain possession of the football.
They fumbled it forward. The ball went out of bounds, about 6 inches shy of the necessary yardage for the first down. It'll be second down and 1.
In college football, it goes back to the spot where the fumble occurred if it's fumbled forward. And I'm not sure what the high school rule is. Apparently, it's where the ball goes out of bounds.
Because they will mark it down just shy of the 32-yard line.
About a foot short of a first down out there.
Tom Walker, the referee, giving the indication. Second down and less than a yard. Wide receiver split to the left side. That's Adam Clausen. And they give it to the fullback, Slomsky. He fumbles the football. And they're going to say he was down. Oh, my goodness. Pius caught a break.
Tripped up over Goldsmith on the play. Aaron Goldsmith, the guard over there on that far side. He got stacked up by the defenders on the play. And
I had the glasses on that one, and he didn't come down with the football after he got tripped up. First down and 10, though. He gets the first down. And now they give it to Castle. He's got the ball wrapped up with both arms, and he is still going, fighting for yards across the 40 to the 44-yard line.
Castle is just like a power piston going up through the defense. A lot of his yards, they come off tackle up there where it's tough. And watch this here. He just keeps going and going, keeps those feet moving. Paul Castle on the evening thus far, 13 carries, 124 yards.
Looked like another arm tackle. The defender grabbing the guy's arm and pulling him down. First down and 10. Reverse action with Troy Martin. Going to the outside and then coming back in. 1 minute gone by in the quarter.
There you see 77, Justin Valencia and Tim Sloop leading that reverse around from the opposite side there. Again, just running precision, short pickup on the play.
Gain of 3, second down 7. Fake to Castle, easily throwing, pass is caught. Harrington, the tacklers collide, he fumbles the football. And it's recovered by Lexington. The third time's the charm for the Minutemen. Chad Rulinger came back to pick up the football after Harrington dropped it. Harrington made a dandy move to break free.
Dandy move. He caught the pass, spun to the outside, and it looked like number 24 for the Minutemen, Sean Church, separating Harrington from the football. And Lexington will now start it out from about the 32-yard line.
The Thunderbolts fans were looking at the replay, and it looked like it was recovered out of bounds. First down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Church, the fullback, with the carry, and he'll pick up a yard as he's gang tackled at the 33-yard line.
Harrington has 3 catches tonight for 101 yards. Great production by that young man. On the year, 30 grabs for 683 yards. So he has had himself a whale of a football game here tonight thus far, and still 9:58 and a third to go, plus the fourth quarter.
Carpenter working the option, cuts upfield, keeps it himself, gets out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. He'll be a yard short of the first down. That'll bring up a third down and 1. 2:20 gone in the quarter. Pius leading Lexington 28-0.
Carpenter trying to break it off, go up a little bit quicker to the inside rather than coming to the outside. That great Pius quickness and speed really have shut the efforts off around the end tonight for Lexington.
Blake Thorell and Joel Wisdom split wide to the right, and they give it to the fullback Church. He spins his way across the first down marker out to the 45-yard line and picks up 4 yards to the 45.
Mark Bird on the initial hit here. 92 will make the initial pop. Not able to close the tackle, but he did slow the ball carrier down, and then a lot of other white shirts up on top. Mark Bird, again, that knee reconstruction, came back, not expected to ever play again, and there he is on the field. Great job of rehab and a great work and dedication by Mark Bird.
First and 10, option again. Carpenter pitches the ball, and Otto has nowhere to run as he's forced out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 yards.
Ben Sweeney coming up on the play to shut it down. And again, a lot of Lincoln Pius pursuit here. This play going to go away from us. Watch all the white shirts over there. It's going to be about 4 or 5 of them. Sweeney had the first shot, not able to close it down, though, and he was upset with himself.
2nd down and 10. They say he got back to the line of scrimmage. Carpenter's pass is complete. Caught by 17, Blake Thorell. And they get the ball into Thunderbolt territory to the 48-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Ben Eberle on the hit, coming up from that safety spot. You'll see it here as a little bootleg action. And we got a yard marker right in the way there.
Carpenter did a nice job of delivering the football. He got drilled as soon as he released it. Good concentration. McFarland splits wide to the right. Wisdom is also in the pattern. Quick pass to Wisdom. Gets a block from McFarland across the 45 to the 43, 42-yard line. Quick hit to Joel Wisdom, the slot man. 1st down and 10 now for Lexington.
That play worked because of what you call, Bill, and that was a block by McFarland. Just a one-step drop, one-step boom, get it out there. Now McFarland comes back, picks off the defender, and then the receiver able to pick up the 1st down on the play. So the Minutemen, a little bit of a drive here with 7:50 and counting in the 3rd.
2nd man through is Otto. He goes off the right side. Picks up good yardage across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. A gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up for Lexington.
Right now what the Lexington, or I beg your pardon, the Pius defense is talking about is, hey guys, we got to pull our next stride here and get with it. We want to keep this shutout intact if we can. And right now they're moving the ball too well against us, so we need a big play. So they're looking for a big play somewhere in this series.
Carpenter rolling to his left. Firing over the middle. Pass is complete. Caught by Seth McFarland at the 22-yard line. And a good job of mixing things up here on this drive for the Minutemen. Carpenter, nice pass here.
Kevin McGovern over there on the tackle. Eberle was coming in. He was trying to pick it off. Just could not get over there quick enough. Ben Eberle from his safety spot.
5 minutes gone by in the 3rd quarter. And they give it to the fullback Church. He bangs his way forward across the 20 down to the 18-yard line on the 1st down call. Pick up a 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up.
There you see the first half stats. Lincoln Southeast 153 yards and -1 yards passing. Let's double check that. Yeah. Something wrong with that one.
Looks like another game.
Adjusted another picture. We had to adjust that picture, but there you see just total dominance by Lincoln Pius. 158 rushing, 109 passing.
Option action again. Carpenter keeps, spins away from one tackler, gets inside the 10-yard line, picks up the 1st down at the 9. This is the best drive of the night by Lexington. Very impressive coming out of the gate here in the 2nd half.
And good to see it happen. You want to see these players be competitive, and they are. They've come out here in the 2nd half with a little renewed vigor, and they're getting after it pretty well here. Lincoln Pius in total on the evening 312 yards, and with that last play, Lexington 128 yards.
1st down and goal from the 9-yard line. Otto is the tailback, Church the fullback. And it's Church who gets the carry. It gets to the 5-yard line. Then he's hit down and stretches the ball across the 5 to the 4.
Justin Valencia again on the hit, on the tackle. A lot of these Pius players, we say their names on defense, and they're also on the offense side, so they're going both ways for the Bolts. Valencia is one of those players. Paul Castle, another one of those players.
Pick up a 5, 2nd down and goal from the 4. 5.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Church again on the dive play. This time they stack him up. Leg drive. He continues to move down near the goal line.
They're still going at it. This is just a moving pile. I thought perhaps that play was going to be dead about 2 yards behind it, but the pile just kept surging and moving. Watch this here. See, this pile just goes and goes and goes. Nobody can get underneath and grab a leg of the ball carrier until he gets down right close to the goal line. As a matter of fact, it's inside the 1-yard line.
Good leg drive by the fullback Sean Church. Will they give it to him here to let him finish off this drive? Under 5 minutes. 3rd down and goal from the 1. It's Church. He gets the call, and he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Well, it's going to be 4th down and 1, and if you're on locks in the Minutemen, you got to go for it here.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. Just good initial charge by the Pius defense that time, and that's why that play didn't work. Pius able to beat the Minutemen offensive line off the mark. Actually lost about a half a yard on the play.
280-pound Matt Mullendor, number 75, has come in for the goal line stand for Pius. He'll dig in. 4th and 1. Here's the handoff. No. Carpenter will keep on the option. Dives into the end zone. Touchdown. The option worked well for him that entire drive. And as we talked about earlier, they mixed it up very well. And Brad Carpenter goes over from less than a yard out, vaults into the end zone for the TD.
There you see it right there. Good block by number 24 for the Minutemen. That was Sean Church. He leveled the block, and then Carpenter took it around and dove into the end zone. See right there, 24. Great block right there, and bingo, Carpenter's in. That's why he's in. Blocked by Church.
4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Lexington is on the board, and they will elect to go for 2. Wisdom and Thorell are split wide to the left. Otto and Church in the eye. And they'll work the option again. The pitch is to Otto. He's hit at the 1, spins around, gets into the end zone, and the 2-point try is good. And our score now, Pius 28, Lexington 8. 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter of the Class B final. The Pius 10 Thunderbolts leading Lexington, but the Minutemen have the momentum.
This great second effort here, second and third effort. Initial hit over the second tackler, spin into the end zone, 2 points.
We've got a break in the action. We'll come back with more right after this.
There's the Missouri River, Father Flanagan's Boys Town, Omaha, Lincoln. And there's a chance to step back in time and appreciate those that pioneered the way.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. The Lincoln Pius 10 Thunderbolts leading the Lexington Minutemen 28-8. Lexington getting on the board. Brad Carpenter going over from a yard out on 4th down. The 2-point try was good, and the Minutemen get on the board here in the 3rd quarter. They still got some work to do against a very good Pius 10 football team, but they do have some confidence back and certainly the momentum in this ball game. And we are back underway. Armstrong is back deep to receive, and the ball will skitter out of bounds. The flags will fly, and we'll probably do it all again.
Offense coming onto the field. I believe they'll just bring the ball up, and I don't know, what are they going to do here? I'm not sure what the high school rule is. It usually comes up to the 35-yard line.
And that's exactly what
where it's going to go.
So it's 1st down and 10 for the Thunderbolts. The last thing you want to do is give this offense good field position. And that's exactly what has happened. 1st and 10 for Pius. They scored 28 points in the 2nd quarter to lead at 28-0 at the half. They dropped the ball 3 times on their initial drive here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Paul Castle working his way through traffic. Man alive, this guy is unstoppable. Seth McFarland finally makes the stop on the Pius I-back.
He just needs a little bit of a sliver of daylight, and he can go, and that's what he got there. And he got a good trap block again from number 57. You see him leading the play in the replay there. Number 57 is Tim Slope. Again, stepping out from that right guard spot and leading the play around the left side.
Under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Easley turns, gives it to Castle one more time. Again, he works it up the middle. Bowls his way across the 40 down to the 38-yard line, and that may be another Pius 10 1st down.
Another 10 yards for Castle, and this time the opposite guard, Aaron Goldsmith. He's the one who sets up the trap block, kicks out on the play. Castle cuts behind, and bingo, 10 more yards and another 1st down. Just like clockwork out there.
The Thunderbolts strike like lightning, huh?
You might say that.
You wouldn't want to say it too much. 1st down and 10. The ball at the Minutemen 38. Now they work the fullback Zlomsky. And Zlomsky works down to the 35-yard line. We've got penalty flags thrown.
I want to take this moment to say that we did find out who number 26 is for Lincoln Pius at the halftime. It's Matt Grosserud, and he had, or Grosserud, I should say. And he had several good plays out there for the Pius defense in that first half. And Matt, we're sorry you weren't on the roster, but you are now. And we'll be calling your name a number of times later on this ball game.
The penalty against Pius marches them back 5 yards. And they'll set up shop now. First down and 15 at the Minutemen 43-yard line, coming up on the 3-minute mark remaining in the third. Counter action on a reverse. This is Troy Martin cutting it back upfield. He saw the seam, sprinted upfield to the 35-yard line, where he's brought down after a gain of 8. That'll bring up second down and 7.
So, you know, you take a look at this Pius line, and you see guys like Valencia at 278, Mullendor at 280, Montgomery 264. Tim Sloop at 210, and the center, Andy Mahok at 237. And you understand, number one, why they're so good, but they move so well. And I want to finish that point after this play.
Second down 7, the ball at the 35-yard line. Easily turns, gives it to Castle. He's got a hole up the middle, and now he's got a lot of room to run. Can they get it from behind? They do. They force him out of bounds at the 3-yard line. But Paul Castle has been dynamite tonight for the Thunderbolts. Another big play.
Again, just that little sliver, and he got it again. Took it over that right side. You see Tim Sloop again, 57. 57 has come up big tonight on the blocking, and he led the way for Castle on that play. But again, the point I wanted to make is, with the advent of the Nebraska offensive line doing as well as it has over the years, as we see this play come off here.
First down and goal from the 3. Castle straight ahead into the end zone. Touchdown.
Guess where they went? Over the right side, folks. Sloop and Valencia. But Nebraska's prowess on the offensive line and the honors that bunch is, there it is again. Just nothing but power and surge by Castle and that offensive line. But they made it fashionable that, you know, kids want to be an offensive lineman. Years ago, nobody wanted to play the line. But now, youngsters want to play the offensive line. We've seen it with Pius. We've seen it with Lincoln Southeast. Same bunch there. I mean, they really get after it. There's the kick.
Easley's point after trying is good. And the Thunderbolts strike right back after Lexington's touchdown. And with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter, the Thunderbolt lead is now 35-8. Paul Castle now on the night, 17 carries, 186 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He has been fantastic running the football for Pius tonight, and all season long for that matter.
Absolutely. Paul Castle on the year, 1,673 yards. And we want to throw in Corey Harrington here tonight. He's had 3 catches for 101 yards, long touchdown play. Those two fellows have really performed in terms of scoring with the football and running and catching the ball. And then, of course, that offensive line that we've talked about, Mike Mullendor, Aaron Goldsmith, Andy Mahok, Tim Slope, and Justin Valencia have all stepped up, put Minutemen right on their back.
Armstrong kicks it away, and the ball coming down to the 10-yard line. This is Meester handing off to Otto on the reverse, 25-yard line where he comes down. They'll spot it down at the 26. It'll be first down and 10 for Lexington, who came out strong here in the second half. They marched downfield, punched the ball into the end zone, got on the board, and then saw the Thunderbolts come right back.
Pretty demoralizing when that kind of thing happens, as we see the replay here. Ben Eberle for Lincoln Pius is going to make the tackle right here. Just a trip-up tackle. Eberle, the Pius safety.
First down and 10.
First and 10, Carpenter the quarterback, fakes to the fullback, keeps it himself, tripped up at the 30-yard line, and they'll spot it just shy of the 31. Bill Broderson's having fun with the Thunderbolts. He's also having fun with the Minutemen.
He's having a great time here, and that's what we're here to do, is to have fun at a football game. And there again, Ben Eberle on the tackle. Watch the bottom of your screen. He'll come up in that safety spot, good run support, another shoot-up tackle, just as he did on the kickoff.
Second down and 5. Inside 2 minutes to play in the third. Carpenter working out of the shotgun now. Fires in the pass, is too far out in front of the intended receiver, Alex Long. It'll be 3rd down and 5 now.
Kevin McGovern on the coverage, playing this left corner. He was getting ready. As you see, that snap was kind of low, actually very low. McGovern over there trying to get set to make an interception, go up with it, but just a little bit too tall even for him to get to. Troy Martin also over there on the coverage.
3rd down and 5. Clock stop with 1:34. 2 receivers split wide to the right. Church is back there to protect Carpenter. The pass is caught at the 40-yard line. And the receiver, Thorell, driven back. Forward progress, they're going to say, is the 38-yard line. And it's good enough for a Minutemen 1st down.
Good route that time by Thorell. Man-to-man coverage. He came right into the deep hook zone, caught the pass, and went right down about a yard or thereabouts in excess. Picks up the 1st down, sticks moving. Minutemen, well, they're on the move too.
I'm impressed with Carpenter. He's done a nice job at leading this Lexington offense. It's not easy to run the option at any level. He's done a nice job of that, delivers the football, makes good decisions. Hands it off to the first man through. And that's Sean Church, the fullback. And Church has been kind of the workhorse for this Lexington team out of the backfield. Church now with 12 carries in the ball game. Just over 40 yards rushing, picks up a yard there. He has 42 yards in the ball game. Brings up a 2nd down and 9 from the Minutemen 39-yard line. Inside a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Pius on top of Lexington, 35-8. Out of the shotgun once again. Low snap. Carpenter collects and overthrows his intended receiver, Joel Wisdom.
Troy Martin out there also on the coverage, and again, good coverage by the secondary. Probably wise to get rid of the football and overthrow it as he did. Not take a chance on an interception over there as the play comes in. Alex Long, a sophomore, just brought the play in to Carpenter.
3rd down 9. They've had pretty good success on 3rd down tonight. Another low snap. Carpenter recovers, and the pass intended for McFarland is behind him. And that will bring up a 4th down and 9 situation, and Lexington will have to punt the football away.
Ben Sweeney again over there on the coverage. He's had quite a night on defense for the Bolts. Number 43. He's the one that just took the pins right out from McFarland on to play.
Brings up 4th down and 9.
Carpenter will kick. And Troy Martin and Ben Armstrong are back deep. This will be Martin at the 32-yard line. Gets one block, tries to find his way, has a hole, brought down from behind by Sean Church. Nifty little return for Troy Martin. And once again, Pius will start off in great field position as he's run out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
9 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 9 ticks to the home stretch here. There's the punt return. Just all jammed up every which way, and he just did a good job. Just head upfield to get as much yardage as you can and take the hit, get down, get with it.
1st and 10. They'll mark it at the 44-yard line for Pius. Easily dropping back to pass, rolling to his right, pumps once. He'll keep it himself, duck upfield, tries to find a blocker, and Otto won't let him go anywhere as he throws him for a loss. Eric Otto in pursuit finally wraps him up, and that's how the 3rd quarter will come to an end. 3 quarters are in the books in this 1997 Class B final. Our score, Lincoln Pius leading Lexington High School 35-8.
Welcome to Memorial Stadium, home of the defending national champion.
Because of its remarkable clarity, Cellular One is Nebraska's #1 cellular service.
After a pick of a 14, that brings a 3rd down and 2 with the ball on the 16-yard line.
Cellular One, clear across Nebraska.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium with my partner Adrian Fiala. I'm Bill Dolman. The Class B final between Lexington and Pius is winding down to an end. And easily carrying on the option, and he's hit down hard at the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 14 was the play, and Easley just barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Bolts.
Just flashed up on the board a moment ago. 5,278 in attendance tonight. Good crowd on hand. People from Lexington having to drive a kind of a fur piece, as they say.
And the folks from Pius didn't.
A short piece.
3rd down and 14. Out of the eye. And Easley dropping back. He's got pressure from behind. The pass is delivered and complete to Harrington. The football comes loose, but after he hit the turf, and it'll be close to a Pius 1st down. Harrington's been a pretty reliable receiver for the Thunderbolts this season. They'll spot it down at the 46-yard line, and that is good enough for a Pius 1st down.
Harrington on that catch. Just very quickly, Paul Castle on the evening, 17 carries, 186 yards. He also has a pass reception in there for 28 yards. That screen pass, 214 total yards for Castle tonight.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. This is Castle off the right side. Head down into a couple of tackles. And rolls across the 40 to the 38-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play.
You're going to see another side of Castle right here. He's just going to blast right in there head first. Usually pretty good at giving a step, taking a step, cutting inside, missing the contact. But when he has to make the contact, he can do that also. Popped right in there. He goes 194 pounds. Good sized young man, built very well.
2nd down 3 from the 38-yard line. Easily dropping back. Timing pattern with Harrington. Lays it out there. Good coverage on the play by Seth McFarland, the cornerback.
That was good coverage by McFarland. He was step for step with Harrington. Gave him a nice little bump to let him know he was around there. Kind of ruined that concentration as this ball goes up on the rainbow. It comes down there, and there you see McFarland on the coverage, but by that time, the play's over.
3rd down and 3. Slomke, the fullback. Martin, the slot back. Castle in the eye. Movement along the line. They give it to Castle straight up the middle, fighting for yardage. They need the 35, or just short of it, to pick up the 1st down. And he will be very, very close as they spot it down.
There are the 3rd quarter stats. Lincoln Pius 249 yards rushing and passing 129. And then you see Lexington just under 199 yards rushing for Lexington, 59 passing.
Well, it's a 3rd down and 3 carry by Castle. They've spotted the football just between the 36 and the 35-yard line. They brought the chains out for a measurement. And it's just about an inch shy. Look at that.
I'm going to say about a nose when you eyeball it from up here. Total offense tonight for Lincoln Pius, 400 yards even right now. They're 48 yards short of their average per game on the year. They have averaged 367 yards rushing, 81 yards passing for a total of 448. And tonight, they're 259 rushing and 142 passing for 401.
And it's 4th down and 1 inch to go for the Thunderbolts. The ball at the Minutemen 36-yard line. Pius leading Lexington 35-8. 10 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the 1997 Nebraska State high school football season. Power set. And they turn. They give it to Castle. Why not? Look at him drive across the 35 all the way down to the 30-yard line as he goes behind that right side of the Thunderbolt offensive line.
Senior Ben Rempe in the football game. Haven't seen him too much here tonight. This may be the first time he's in. And he's up there leading the charge on that isolation play, number 17. There you see the block just off the screen to the left there. That was Ben Rempe.
Adam Clausen split wide to the left side. 1st down and 10 for Pius. Easley gives to Slomke, the fullback. And Slomke picks up 5-6 yards. Inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. So now Pius is simply wearing down that defensive front of Lexington, flexing their muscle and picking up big yardage every carry.
Big fullback just takes it up inside. Aaron Goldsmith trying to get a little bit of a reach block in there.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 from the 24-yard line. Quick snap, counter action. Here's Troy Martin. And he is hit down hard by Sean Church at the 17-yard line. We've got a penalty flag on the play, thrown near the line of scrimmage.
Thrown right near Aaron Goldsmith. He was pulling on the play. Watch him here, 65. He's going to take the player, just totally out pancake him. That's where the flag was thrown, and it's an indication of holding by the referee, Tom Walker. Curious call.
That'll back the Thunderbolts up all the way to the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 18 now. Under 9 minutes remaining. Zlomke gets the carry on the dive. Keeps his balance and falls forward to the 24 or 25-yard line. And that's a gain of about 10 yards on the play.
Pius now about 20 yards short of their per-game average total offense, as we'll see Zlomke slamming it up inside. See that little move where he put his hand down to the turf? They practice that kind of thing. That doesn't just happen. That's a practice move. You lose your balance, get the hand down on the turf, keep the balance, pick up another 3, 4, 5 yards perhaps.
3rd down and 5, 8 carries for 40 yards now for Zlomke. Easley rolling out to his left, looking for a receiver. He's got a man out there. The ball got hung up a little bit, and that enabled the secondary to make the coverage, and that was Wisdom out there covering Adam Clausen, the intended receiver. 4th down and 5 now coming up for Pius.
Plenty of time to get rid of the football, as we'll see David Easley stepping out here. Coverage was there, and we'll try it again. 4th down now. 4th and about 5.
The ball at the 25-yard line. 8:06 to play in the game, and Pius, they don't have quite the distance with their field goal unit. They don't want to punt it. They'll go for it here, and they'll give it to Castle. Let him get it.
Man.
Off the right side. He's got plenty of room to run. Cuts back in into the end zone. Touchdown. This guy is dynamite.
That guy is dynamite, and that line is even a bigger charge of TNT. They cleared the way over on the right side there. Tim Sloop, Justin Valencia, Aaron Goldsmith, 65. He comes around. Mike Mullendorf trying to get in the action, but he had to come all the way over. But he was cutting across on the block, and Paul Castle just, wow, this guy is incredible.
And Easley will try for the point after, and he hooks it wide to the left. And with 7:58 remaining in the ball game, Pius has upped its lead to 41-8. Paul Castle now on the day, 21 carries, 227 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
And that'll put him up at about 255 total yards, rushing and receiving. 227 on the ground and 28 in the air. 4 touchdowns.
And 1,900 yards now on the season for Paul Castle. He's a senior. Easley's a senior. Corey Harrington, Troy Martin, all seniors. Tim Sloop, you've talked about him quite a bit.
That line up front really has done, it's one of the previous coaches today's ball game said, without the line, running backs are nothing. And but Paul Castle is a special football player, and that offensive line is a special offensive line.
We've seen a lot of guys who are just really, really good football players. Castle is one of them. The kick bouncing around, picked up by Weister at the 10-yard line, and he did it all by himself, going up the Pius sideline from the 10 to the 25-yard line. Jeremy Wiest, that is, a sophomore, 130-pounder, fearless on those kickoff returns. And that will give Lexington a 1st down and 10 at its own 25-yard line. 7 minutes and 52 seconds remaining. We've seen some great players in the state playoff. Ty Gifford from Lincoln Southeast is another great football player. Casey Hughes, we saw him earlier.
Tony Truxa, saw him earlier.
Castle certainly ranks up there with the best in the state. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt. That Truxa kid can play too, Bill. Right. Man, could he run.
Pass is incomplete.
David City Aquinas, running back, we saw previously today. Never saw a kid accelerate as well as he did, and Castle knee right in that category.
2nd down and 10. The ball at the 25-yard line. That last pass attempt was off the hands of Thorell. 7 minutes and 47 seconds now remain. Carpenter fakes on the option, keeps it himself, looking for a man to pitch it to. He'll still continue to do it himself. Cuts back upfield across the 40 to the 45. And finally brought down at the 46-yard line. A nifty 20-yard gain for the quarterback, Brad Carpenter. And I'm impressed with this guy, too. He does a nice job in running that offense.
Handling the offense well. A lot of new numbers, new faces in the ball game now for Lincoln Pius. Tim Aylward, his staff, putting in some of the second-teamers now. They have this game well in hand, 41-8.
And the fumble on the play on the exchange between Carpenter and Church. Church thought Carpenter had the football. Carpenter thought Church had the football, and nobody for Lexington went after it. And Pius comes up with a loose ball. Take a look at it one more time.
Look at this here. Ball goes spinning around. There he is right there. That's number 33, Ryan Carney with the football. He's one of the fellows we talked about. He's played a little bit here prior, but a lot of new faces. Tony Rodriguez, 37. He's in the ball game. Saw Ben Armstrong. He's playing a little bit. He's their kicker normally. He's playing a little bit on defense.
Rob Timmerman is in there at quarterback. He turns and gives the ball to Matt Grossroad, who takes it outside to the left and is belted out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Well, getting back to that fumble, I'll tell you what. Carpenter faked the handoff to Church. Church faked the carry, and they faked each other out.
Didn't fake Carney out. He had the football. He was there.
Good gain on the play by Matt Grossroad. 1st down and 10 at the 34-yard line. The Bolts on the move again. They lead at 41-8. And bouncing to the outside, this is Grossroad, and he's wrapped up and thrown down by Otto. And thrown for a loss back to the 39-yard line.
You're going to see on this play why we talk about execution on offense. Watch the offensive line here. See, there's a collision right there. Somebody going the wrong direction. And so the guard and the tackle that were supposed to pull, that was number 71, Taylor Ashburn. He got knocked off somehow. Somebody going the wrong direction. But, again, that tells you how that execution is so important. That tells you why a guy like Paul Castle has a lot of yards, because people like Valencia and Sloop and Goldsmith and Mullendor, they have that timing and execution down, and they allow him to pick up the yardage that he has, again, with that great acceleration. Let's see it again.
Gain of 5 by Matt Grossroad. Now 3rd down and 9 at the 33-yard line. Shane Burkle is the fullback, number 49. Timmerman turns, fakes to him. Timmerman will keep on the option, cut back upfield. Find his way through traffic across the 30-yard line, and he's brought down at the 28. He'll be short of the 1st down by about 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Some new faces in there for Lexington also. 68 Austin Thornburg is in there.
4th and 4 at the 28-yard line. Under 6 minutes to play in the Class B state championship. 41-8 is our score. Timmerman turns, pitches the ball to Grossroad. He goes to the right side, and he's hit down hard at the 26-yard line. He'll be 2 yards shy, and Lexington will take over on downs.
But some of these second-teamers, third-teamers for Pius getting some good experience here, playing in a state championship final. And even though the ball will go over, they'll be that much better for that experience. Tim Aylward thinking about what's coming up next time around next year, getting as many new people into the ballgame as he can.
And the ball at the 27-yard line. Lexington's only loss of the 97 campaign was to Pius. And the second loss. And the pass from Carpenter is intercepted by Armstrong. 35, 30. 25-yard line, finally wrapped up and dropped. And Pius will take over. Some wrestling going on for the football. Armstrong will come away with it as he gets the interception.
Carpenter trying to get it to Thorell, but he overthrows him, and Armstrong is there. He's simply waiting, threw it right directly to him. Pretty good return by the youngster, Ben Armstrong. He's a junior. He'll be back next year, and he As we said before, he does a lot of their kicking for them. Bolts have another shot at it right about the 25.
Tiemann back in there, and they give it to Burkle, the fullback, and he powers his way ahead to the near the 20-yard line before being turned away. And spotted at the 21. It's a gain of 4 for Shane Burkle. Burkle's a junior, 182 pounds. He's a tall fullback.
New faces in. Kyle Morrow for Lincoln Pius. Nick Legal for Lincoln Pius.
And the ball carried by 45, Nolan Clausen. He bounces to the left side, comes to the near side. And he is dropped down at the 19-yard line, a pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Also John Aylward. It's a familiar name to Lincoln Pius football. He's in the football game. Taylor Ashburn, we mentioned him earlier in the series previously. He's in a ball game.
3rd down and 4. The ball at the 19-yard line. Timmerman, a long starting count. Drops back and gives on a reverse to Scott Berkland. And he is brought down near the 15-yard line, and that would be enough for a Pius first down.
Watch this block by 56, John Vasha. Going to see it real well, we won't. But Vasha just, there he is right there on top of the Minutemen guy. He pulled from the right guard spot and just put the Minutemen guy right into the turf. Great block by Vasha. He's a junior. He'll be back next year.
That was Adam Hillers who was on the bottom of that block.
Adam will remember that one for a while.
And a big gain all the way down from the 15 to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it down at the 4. Shane Burkle, the fullback, with the carry.
Crowd getting excited down here below us. They want this Lincoln Pius second and third team unit to take it on in as Burkle, there you see the replay there, just struggling ahead, blocking up front. Have to go to our secondary sheet here, number 68. That's Sean Peed.
Tim Aylward, by the way, has already gotten his Gatorade bath. And his team is knocking on the door. 1st down and goal at the 4. This is Burkle, the fullback on the carry, stretching into the end zone. Touchdown.
If you play for Pius, you're going to battle, and it doesn't make any difference if there's 3 minutes left and you're ahead by 41-8. You're going to battle some more, and that's what we see right here as Burkle just keeps, was that Burkle? Yes, indeed. Shane Burkle just keeps hammering away to the inside. There you see 56. That's Vasha. Mike Conley also in the ball game at this time. A lot of names, new faces.
And they'll line up for the 2-point conversion, and taking the snap is John Aylward. He simply downs it. Classy move by Tim Aylward, not wanting to run up the score any. 3 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Thunderbolts have this one well in hand. 42-8 is our score. And Adrian, what a terrific year for Lincoln high school football. Lincoln Southeast, you and I have talked about it, arguably one of the best, if not the best team I think we've seen in a long time in the state of Nebraska, maybe the best in state history. This Lincoln Pius, the 10th team, can play with anybody in the state. Class A, Class B, Class C1, whatever it might be. They're very, very good. Lincoln Northeast is also on the uprise. Very good football in the capital city.
Bill, for years it was always the Omaha teams in the main that had all the great football talent. And I think in the last 8-9 years, that has all swung around here. Creighton Prep had a dynasty going with Tom Jaworski and his group up there. And they won the state championship 4 or 5 years in a row. And then the pendulum swung back now. Chuck Mazurski and his crew, Lincoln Southeast, they've taken over that Class A spot. But Tim Aylward here in Class B has just been a powerhouse for the last 3 or 4 years, and I can't see that that's going to change much as they move along. He is a very dedicated coach. His staff is dedicated. The kids enjoy the success. They work hard. They've had a couple of kids who were told they're never going to play again because of bad knees. One of those was Mark Bird, and the other one, Justin Valencia. Hey, they're out there playing, and not only playing, but they're playing very, very well. So, again, I think Lincoln has really stepped up its efforts, and it's due to a lot of the great work by Tim Aylward, again, his staff, and people like Chuck Mazurski and his staff for Lincoln Southeast and the other Lincoln High schools you mentioned. They've all had pretty good ball clubs here of late. Here's the kickoff.
And it's a short kick coming down to the 25-yard line. And the ball being carried straight up the middle. And finally being brought down at the 48-yard line. And Chad Rutlinger was the return man, one of the up men for the Minutemen. Great starting field position here for the Minutemen as they try to put some more points on the board and end the season on a positive note. They have nothing to be ashamed of. They took on a tremendous football team. They took on a pretty good schedule. To go 11-1 through the playoffs is pretty good, and to have your 2 losses to a team like Pius, hey, nothing to be ashamed of at all. First down and 10 from the 48-yard line, and they fumble the snap and cover it up. A loss of 2 on the play. And we've got some backups now in there for Ron Locks and company. And we've had an opportunity to deal with both of these head coaches throughout the years in All-Star games, the Shrine Bowl. And I'll tell you what, Tim Aylward is as nice a guy as you're ever going to meet, and Ron Locks as well. These guys are very cooperative, and they really have the game in perspective, too.
Top-notch gentlemen all the way. Absolutely right. Great to work with them.
And John Locks is the quarterback. And he gives it to his tailback, and spinning through the line is Jeremy Wiest. We've seen Jeremy on kick coverage. We talked about the dynasties up in Omaha. Dynasties really are cyclical. There are some teams that are having a great deal of success right now in the Nebraska high school ranks. Look at Dodge in Class D1. They just won their fourth state championship this year. Milford had a great run. David City Aquinas is back up there on top in Class C1. Pius has had a tremendous run here in the 90s. Papillion-La Vista making it to the state championship game 3 times in a row. Southeast has a dynasty going. And Locks is smothered as he tried to unload the football and sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Need to get the number of that player. That's 66 for Lincoln Pius, and that'll be, not on my sheet, let's call him over here, John Rudersdorf. John's on our supplemental sheet. Man, did he have himself. I'll tell you, John, that's the way to play. Get after a young man.
Suffice it to say, John Locks didn't see him coming. And the loss is all the way back to the 46 now. 4th down and 12. We're inside 2 minutes remaining in this one. And they keep it on the ground, and Wiest slips through the hole, gets into Pius territory, but that will be well short of the necessary yardage for the first down. And Lexington will turn the ball over on downs with 1 minute and 36 seconds remaining in the 1997 season of Nebraska high school football.
It's been a very busy 3 days, Bill. Very enjoyable, though, to watch all of these youngsters perform here at Memorial Stadium. For some of them, the absolute chance of a lifetime in athletics to play here where Nebraska plays and experience the feeling and the tradition and just chip off a piece of the charisma that goes with this place. A great feeling for these youngsters.
And quarterback sneak. And John Aylward gets the carry. I assume we've got both coaches' sons in there at quarterback, finishing out this ball game in mop-up duty. 47-8 is our score.
John Aylward is a junior, just 134 pounds. Of course, his dad's not that big a gentleman also, but he's just got a big heart, big tough heart. There he goes again.
Keeping it right up the middle. And the Thunderbolts are content to work the clock and let this one run out. 47-8 is our score. In Pius, the champions of Class B in 1995. Elkhorn assumed the throne last year, beating Crete 19-14. And Pius knocked off the Antlers in the state semifinals 26-0 to earn a berth in the finals this year. And they have made a statement tonight as one of the best teams in the state of Nebraska and certainly the champions of Class B. 28 seconds remaining. In all likelihood, this will be the final play of the game. And again, Aylward taking it on the quarterback keeper, inching the ball forward. The Pius fans have been anxious to celebrate this victory since midway through the second quarter, and they can finally do it. The seconds will finally tick off for the Thunderbolts and their fans, and they can celebrate the 1997 Class B state championship, and they are ecstatic.
They're going crazy, but now the referees are saying, hey, guys, we got 14 ticks left here to go. Get off the field. That'll be a penalty, but...
Well, we may have had a timeout called by Lexington to get a few more of their players onto the field and give them a chance.
Flags down on the field.
Well, that'll be a 15-yard penalty against Pius. And so they'll march it off. And now those Pius fans and friends and family are all going to have to wait a little while longer to celebrate that victory. Great crowd too. We talked about that.
We've got another Makovica on the field. Jamie Makovica, 91, just went into the ball game for Pius. He's a junior. We'll see him again next year. Another Makovica.
And now they'll start the clock. And Pius is not going to snap the football. Well, they got one last penalty. They got the yardage marked off against them. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and finally, the 1997 State Class B Championship belongs to the Thunderbolts. And now they're bringing them back out again.
Referees holding their arms up. Get off the field. I think it's time to end the game, guys.
I think you're right. This is just prolonging the agony for. This is just prolonging the agony for the Lexington Minutemen.
Tom Walker, referee, take some advice. Let them go. Let them enjoy the moment.
Or give them another moment. What the heck?
Well, never quite seen one end like this before. It's been a while, so we'll see what happens. Everybody's still on the field.
And they'll mark off another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Pius. It's not going to matter. The time on the clock is dwindled down to 0. But they're going to make them snap the football one more time.
And they're going to mark off some more. I'd say get another penalty, get 2 more penalties, put it in the end zone, and let's get out of here.
Just keep marching it back that Wayne sneak out.
I think the referee wants to get to the shower is what he wants to do. He's going to head right out that rear gate. Well, be that as it may, as the rule book rules here, Pius is the champion.
And finally, once and for all, Pius can celebrate the 1997 Class B State Championship. It was a long time coming for them, but they finally got it, and they earned it big time tonight. 47-8 is the final score, and you really have to commend the fans too, Adrian. I was about to make the point. We had 17,000 fans here last year. They went over that mark earlier in the day on Saturday. Had a great crowd on hand, more than 5,000 here. They surpassed last year's total by at least 10,000. So congratulations to the fans who have come out to support all these teams in the 9-day playoffs. But tonight, congratulations to the Pius Thunderbolts, the champions of Class B.
They had to brave a little bit more difficult weather last year, and that accounted for the lesser numbers. But again, it was a chilly night here. The fans came out to support their ball clubs, and I tell you what, Bill, a fine football game was played by Lincoln Pius tonight. The final numbers for them, 502 yards total offense, exceeding their per-game average on the year of 448. 360 yards rushing. They averaged 367 on the year, but they picked up 142 yards passing, most of that going to Corey Harrington. He had 4 catches for 114 yards. And he and Paul Castle, they were the show tonight. Paul Castle, 4 touchdowns, 255 total yards passing and receiving and rushing. And then Corey Harrington, as I mentioned, 114 yards with the touchdown. So just a great effort, great blocking by that line, by the Lincoln Pius line. Just really caught my eye all night. These guys really did a great job up front. So the fellas in the trenches got it done. The offense got it done. And it's a 47-8 victory for Lincoln Pius. And well done by them and well done by Lexington for the entire year.
Pius with 28 points in the second quarter, cruised to a 28-0 halftime lead. Lexington got on the board with a touchdown of their own and a 2-point conversion. Pius came right back, put another touchdown on the board, and then cruised with 12 more points in the final stanza for the final margin of victory. They beat them earlier in the year, 48-14, and Pius proved it was no fluke as they cruise in the state final, defeating Lexington 47-8. Adrian and I will take a break and come back with some final thoughts about this one in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back once again to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln with Adrian Fiala. I'm Bill Dolman. Class B has been decided decisively. The Pius 10 Thunderbolts, 47-8 winners over the Lexington Minutemen. Pius ends the year 11-1. Lexington falls to 11-2. For the Thunderbolts, it was a dominating performance, a scoreless first quarter, but this team played with a lot of confidence, poise, and character. They went to Paul Castle time and again. He answered. Some great receiving by Casey Harrington, and David Easley ran the ball club extremely well. Just a very efficient. The defense played great. This is a great football team, and they deserve to be the champions in 1997.
You bet, Bill. They had that wake-up call, as you talked about, as we talked about. Somehow Columbus SCOTUS beat them. I think they just, it always amazes me when something like that happens in athletics. Just a great football team like this, and I know that in athletics, it's very, very difficult to go 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks to perform at optimum peak every time for every player. And evidently in that ball game, you had a number of guys just weren't at that optimum, and that happens. But they were able to overcome that, as several of their players indicated. That was a rude awakening for us. That was a wake-up call. That was a punch in the face, got us going. Maybe it was a good thing for them. Maybe they would have put her on cruise control, and maybe they get to Alcorn at the very end, and they're not ready to go. But that SCOTUS game that they lost 14-9 did indeed wake them up, and they cruised right on from there. They beat Beatrice that next week 61-0. Then Waverly 47-7. Then Gretna 49-7, and then took on Alcorn in the semifinal games of the playoffs, and they shut them out 26-0. So Pius really stepped up their efforts after the alarm went off against Columbus SCOTUS. And again, all the testimony that you want to give, you can give to Tim Aylward. Again, I've had the pleasure, Bill, of working with him over the years in a number of different situations. And he is just one of the finest people you want to work with. A great coach, a great motivator, and a great person. And it's always nice to be around Tim and the people from Pius. And my hat's off to them. And you mentioned Ron Locks earlier. He's been one of my favorites over the years. We've worked with him in the Shrine Ball and the Western Nebraska All-Star Game. And you see him every now and then from time to time. He always says, hello, how you doing? How's it going? How's the old career going? That sort of thing. And just one of the finest people you want to know. And so to him and to his staff, Denny Terrell, my old teammate at Nebraska, Dennis Terrell, and Rod Reynolds, Lenny Ambler, and Ken Vermoss. Hey, you got nothing to be ashamed of. Good year for you, 11-2 on the year. And the 2 games you lost, well, you lost them to a pretty good football team, guys. So don't worry about that and get on with it. So congratulations to both of these teams. Fine year. Class B champion Lincoln Pius at 10.
A great football team, and it's been a great season for Nebraska high school football. We've had a chance to see a lot of great players in this state playoff. We saw the fans come out to support it, and hopefully this event at Memorial Stadium will catch on, and each year more and more fans will come out to support these teams, come rain or shine or even snow. It's been a lot of fun, and it is a thrill for these players to come in and play at the big house in Lincoln where the Huskers play, and for at least a weekend. This belongs to the Nebraska State High School football teams, and congratulations to all of the champions. And the 1997 Nebraska State High School football playoffs have been capped off in Class B, and the champion is Lincoln Pius. They win it over Lexington, 47-8. Congratulations to the Thunderbolts and Coach Tim Aylward. They're the champions in 1997. It's been a great ride for Pius, and congratulations to the Bolts once again. For Adrian Fiala, I'm Bill Dolman. So long, everyone.